Yeah, like it on, mate.
I don't need the headsets.
Lofty 88.9, here we are live in the studio. We got, I can't quite see them. Robert, do you want to go in the background a bit?
I might go around in between you and Pistols.
Okay.
Just be careful in the chair, you might crush it.
We got Jack. So let's get in.
Yeah. Lost the lid yesterday.
It's fine. So you just got back, I said, it's alright, we ruined it. Yeah. I might get in on next week.
You sit on the ball.
Actually, hey, can I sit on the ball?
Do wonders for
Kenny?
your back.
I'll sit on the ball at the back.
What's that?
I'll bounce around on the ball.
Oh, that's all right.
You don't mind that, Jack, do you?
Well, you're not working at work at the moment. So
Don't take away the
world.
Hey? Right behind Jack.
He's doing still at work at the moment, so he breaks another
We're doing
bone.
the crossover, yeah.
What?
We're doing the crossover.
Is it the best for your feet?
No, it might be if he's
Might be a
here.
bit busy.
Yeah, he's
Rob.
very Claire would be very happy to be around here. If Claire could
It's like
see
a
you now,
bloody
she'd be very happy.
playpen. Alright.
I'll just sit in the back quietly.
Me too. I know.
Pulling out the big guns. Kevin Sheedy.
We've had it twice now.
Sensational. Lofty 88.9, radio with altitude. We're live here from Totnes, here near Mount Barker, of course, or Lambton, all that sort of stuff. If you're keen to get involved, hit us up. info@lofty.org.au. Check out the website, lofty.org.au. I just said that. Email info@lofty.org.au. And Facebook is Lofty Radio. And we got the live stream going now on the Huddle Reformed Facebook page. We've got a couple of Jacks in the house now. Got the great pleasure of joined by Gumeracha co-captain, premiership player Jack Parker. How are you?
Yeah, very good.
Yeah. Big 100th last weekend. How was that for you? And personal milestone and the club? Because obviously the club means a lot to you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it seems like it's been a long time to get there. I was saying a few of the boys have played A grade across 9 seasons now, and I only just played my 100 the other day. So yeah, it was good to get there.
Reason behind that? What, injuries? Or
yeah, I broke my leg two years that I was playing senior footy.
Yep.
And then had a few sort of 5-6 week injuries but yeah, got there in the end.
And premiership player last year?
Yeah, and so that was the second one, which was nice.
Sensation, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I dreamed of when I was younger growing up. So yeah, to manage to get 2 and to co-captain one with Diggs last year was pretty big.
So, age?
24.
24. So
Don't look it, but yeah, 24.
Yeah, so you said 9 years playing senior footy.
Yeah, I reckon 16. I played first A grade game.
So just take us through your football history. You've always played for Gums?
Yeah, so I've been at Gum since I think I played my first game at Gum when I was 6.
Yeah, Moddies, obviously.
Yeah, Moddies. And then when I got to the end of under 10s, it was a jump to 15s because we didn't have the numbers.
Yep.
So I went down and played at Teacher Gully for 4 years. I was lucky enough to play with some really good players that have now gone on to play AFL and league footy down there.
Yep.
So yeah, those were some really good years. Played there for 4 years, and then but yeah, been at Gumeracha and then played at Kersbrook for 2 years as well.
Yeah.
In the
Where?
17s. Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Should wash my mouth out, but no.
What, juniors or seniors?
At 16 and 17 years old.
Was that in the premiership?
We played in the grand final there, but yeah, we lost it by 6 points.
Wow.
So yeah, you'd probably have a pretty good handle on the situation with a lot of the country clubs. As you mentioned, you have to shop around because of the shortage of juniors. And I suppose that's something Gumeracha, like 1 year they won the premiership, and then the next year they hardly struggled to get a side, obviously because guys moving to senior footy, but there's not the kids coming through, is there?
Yeah, that's it. It's unfortunate, but I mean, there's towns that just they're not expanding at all, and we just don't have any kids coming through. But yeah, like you said, the year we won the 17s grand final, we had 3 boys that played 17s and then followed on and played A grade. So they're obviously pretty promising coming through, but just don't have the cattle to get teams on the park.
It's going well though over recent years. Obviously, having the Hannah brothers playing together is fantastic. What are they like for you? Obviously, Ben's the co-captain with you, but having them in the side, have they obviously assisted you in your growth?
Yeah, they've been unreal. I've I've known those boys since I was probably 4 years old. So even when they were down at Sam was at Centrals and Digger was doing what he was doing at other clubs, obviously playing some pretty good footy, they'd still always touch base with me, and they'd be out at games every now and then, let me know what to do. I say to Dad about it a fair bit. Like when I was 16, 17 playing A grade, Digger would just he'd just whip me, just because he knew that I could take it, and that he could see something in me to an extent. So he's always been hard on me, but yeah, I love it.
Did you have Quinton Graham as a coach?
For one game.
Yeah.
So I debuted from him.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Did that leave an impression on you, the one game?
Yeah.
Quino?
Yeah, no, Quino, he's a very wise man, Quino. He knows his footy, that's for sure. But yeah, I get along pretty well with him.
Hey, as you said, with your time at the club, you're probably in one of the most successful periods the club has had in over, a number of years. When you first started, the change of sort of culture or the winning culture at the club, because, pardon me, they were sort of struggling there for a while, weren't they, Gumeracha? Probably when you first started, as you said, you were a kid 15, 16 playing A-grade footy, but success didn't come a lot. But last few years, certainly, we've certainly lifted the bar, and now the top dog at the moment. Yeah,
I think a big part of that was we were probably, as a lot of the smaller towns back then, you might get 10 recruits in a year, and then you might get a couple that stay on, but a lot of the time it was 10 out the door, 10 in, and you just can't build a successful side off that. And then a few older blokes came into the top of the club, started to manage things a bit better, and we started getting blokes back that we knew were going to stick around for 3, 4, 5 years. I mean, like Digger's come back now, and I think he's probably been back 6 years now.
Yeah.
And then obviously when Sam came back from Santa Fe, he's come back, and he's been around another now 4. And then obviously you got blokes like that, and people want to come to your club, which is good, because now we've got probably 6 or 7 like really good young players as well coming through as well that all play a role, and great footy players.
But also, Jack, people like to come involved with a successful club as well.
Yeah,
where,
absolutely.
Perhaps in the past there might have been some homegrown products that weren't going so well, and it's easy to play with sides that are other teams that are being successful. But now you've got that winning culture. And the percentage, what would you say of local products that you've got playing now? Obviously, you said the Anna boys coming back, so be a fair percentage would outweigh, as you mentioned, the recruits before, but now it's more a family-based and homely club.
Yeah, I reckon we'd have 13 or 14 in the A grade that are local boys, and then even our recruits now they're all friend of a friend or coming up because they know someone from the club, and that's going to keep people at your club as well when they're not there for the cash, they're there for because they're a mate of a mate.
When we head to Gumeracha, Carpi obviously serves us nicely with the chips and whatnot, and beautifully does the oval marking. People like that, and what they have done for the Gumeracha Football Club off the field as well. You have some great volunteers and people who've been there for ages.
Absolutely, yeah. Carpi's been feeding me well since I was about 3 years old. So, it's unreal. Footy clubs don't run without blokes like him and the pseudos in the canteen, and then there's probably 5 or 6 other people that just have a massive input around the club, and there's no way we'd run every week without them.
But things happening in little community is another thing that you've done is the lighting project, which was completed last year. So your floodlights are fantastic. As we've talked to people, we had Macclesfield on, Todd O'Connor from Mackie. Just a little community town, as you said, Gumeracha is. Just everyone loves their local footy, and everyone gets out to it. And the footy on a Saturday at Gumeracha would be there, as you said a couple of times. Just the atmosphere. It seems like everyone in Gumeracha goes to the footy, support their boys.
Yeah, that's it. No, we definitely got a decent supporter base for a little town. And I guess success brings that a bit, but also it is just such a family club. Everyone feels involved. There's no outsiders. It's good to be a part of.
We're talking to Jack Parker here, co-captain of Gumeracha. Outside of football, what are some of your interests?
Pretty simple at the moment. I I work a lot.
What do you do?
Electrician.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Give it a plug.
Yeah.
What's your? Who do you work for? Yeah.
Casper Electrical.
There
So
you go.
yeah, we're at Holden Hill, just doing new houses. But so yeah, I work as much as I can while I can when I'm young. Me and my partner just bought a new dog, so I've been every second that I'm not at work, I've been just watching what he's chewing.
What breed?
Doberman.
Ah,
Yeah.
very nice.
And then I'm building a house at Loberthal at the moment, so I'll probably be
Any
there.
chance of
yeah,
going
just
there?
about every day. Nah, no, not at the moment anyway.
Right, there you go.
It's interesting there you say about the little, we had a bit of a chuckle before talking about Kersbrook, just the rivalries that's in that little area, obviously, because something like 5 footy clubs within 20 Ks, so obviously growing up, don't like Lobie, obviously despise Kersbrook, and I don't think you're in good terms with Birdwood either as far as being rivals.
Yeah. It's funny because
But you'd all go to school together.
Yeah, I went to
Birdwood,
Birdwood High School. We all went to school together. But right, my 2 best mates played at Birdwood last year, and one's still there this year. And I just hate playing against them. Even when we're out there, I hate them.
Yeah.
But then you get off the field, and you're completely fine. I mean, even with Kersbrook, it's like the biggest rivalry, probably in the league. But when I went over there for a couple of years, I learnt off. Did a lot of work with Brett James and Massive Nicholson, and they've taught me a lot.
What in particular with Brett? Because you often hear that, obviously with his experience. But what did they teach you?
It's probably just a few things that you hear it secondhand from other people that might have played under him or other people that have played at that level. And just because he has played AFL, just hearing it straight from him and him reiterating it week after week.
Yeah,
it's just little things like your starting positions, your stoppage work, and stuff like that. It's definitely stuck in my head.
Yeah, you're still a reasonably young man to be, I think you said second year, co-captain?
Third
year, okay. Well, you would have been even younger when you got the job, because you got the experienced man Digger in your hand with you. So I was going to say, this year, probably as a captain or co-leaders, it's probably been a very difficult time for you, because obviously the unfortunate tragedy the other week against Birdwood, then, even pre-season, Danny Leaf having that shocking injury as well. So what have you, as a captain, you've had to pull the boys together and just get that feeling and, some difficult situations for you?
Yeah, it's a tricky one. It's first of all, we thought we were obviously feeling for Danny. Like Danny's my best mate. I live with Danny. It was, you don't want to see anyone like that. And
can you give us an update on him? How's he going?
Yeah, he's all right. Yeah, he's
all right.
He's walking around. He's gone back to work on light duties at the moment. But yeah, he's come out of it pretty well.
So will he be able to play footy again, or?
He said he wasn't going to play footy again, and then last weekend he reckoned he was going to play B grade. So I think I'd say at some point he's going to play footy again.
Yeah, well that's good.
Yeah, but yeah, it's just been a few weeks that no footy club should have to go through. I know it probably helps that we're a very tight group that gets around each other, helps each other through it, and I know Birdwood are the exact same. I mean, on the night that we heard that he passed, we probably had, I think we would have had 45 or 50 gun boys go over to Birdwood, and you just get around each other. Everyone talks to each other. You know, I said before, we hate each other on the field, but when stuff like that happens, none of that matters.
I suppose, Jack, it brings footy into perspective. It's just a game, and when you have something like that happens, as you said, the two communities, I think there's only 8 kilometres apart, so it is relatively close. Even as you said, better rivals on the field, but something like that, it's very tragic, and it's great how they came together.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you're correct with that. It puts footy into perspective. It doesn't actually mean that much, really. Yeah.
Hey, you've clearly made an impact as captain. What are some of your things you like to bring to the table as a captain? And do you have any mentors in that area? First question, what are you?
Yeah, bit of a tricky question. I think I'm getting a bit better as the years go on.
Yeah, what have people seen in you that is the reason why you're the Gumeracha captain?
I think probably when Brett Randall made me captain or co-captain with Digger, I think he probably saw the connection that I've been around the footy club for a long time, so I get along with everyone. I know everyone pretty well. I think you probably saw the connection that I could bring between the younger boys and the older heads that were in the team, because quite often you can get a bit of segregation between the younger boys and the older ones, hanging around each other and stuff. But I think you probably saw that the way I spoke to the young boys and helped them when I could, and then the way I dealt with the older boys as well. I think he thought that I could bring them together, and I do think I've done that. Our teams, every one of us is best mates now. There's no one better than the other. Don't have any egos out there. It's real good.
It's become a bit of a sporting successful mecca, Gumeracha Oval, because obviously the footy, a couple of flags in the past few years, and also the cricket side, where they had a pretty good run. They unfortunately lost this year, but they were going for the actual 4th title in a row. So, a lot of the footballers keep together over summer, or
we've had teams in the past where almost the whole side was footy as well.
Yeah.
A few of them have died off, I guess.
Yeah.
I know, like
commitment.
Yeah. I mean, it is a big commitment. Footy takes up your whole weekend during winter, and then some people just want that bit of time off. But we've definitely still got a few of the footballers playing.
Sorry, keep going.
And we're always around the cricket club anyway. Even if we're not playing.
Pre-game routine for you. I think Sam. What was Sam? Ben and Sam were driving to the grand final last year in the same car. I think they had
that's right.
he had a box of biscuits or something, or anyway,
coffee
or whatever from the market. What do you have any sort of pre-game routine, or how you like to go?
Superstitions?
I've really tried to not have any of that the last couple of years. I used to be so anal about it. I think when I was younger, I had gnocchi one week the night before. I got best on, and then I had it the next week, and I got best on again, and then it was just, if I didn't have it, but then I just thought, this is stupid, because then you must play a few bad games in a row.
Gnocchi as in the pasta.
Yeah.
Just confirming that.
Yeah.
All right.
What else?
Not too much now. Not too much now. Just make sure I eat at the same time, and then feel like I'm good to go.
Yep.
Hey, interleague footy, you've been involved in the past. How did you find that? And is that something like this year? You're going to put your hand up to play again, or you advise anyone who got this opportunity to do it?
Yeah, it's always good. I mean, there's blokes from every club we play against now that I talk to, have a laugh with them. Pretty good mates.
Because you met them in that interleague.
Yeah. I think I played 15s, 17s, then A grade last year with Tyler Virgo from Kangarilla. So we get along quite good mates now, and then there's boys from all around the league that you say hello to, and you just got that bit of a connection because you played together.
How do you find the standard of the country division seems really close, especially over the last few years? The standard, and last year's grand final was amazing. So what are your thoughts on the standard of the country division competition at the moment?
When teams are on, where it's pretty high level. I think this year it's probably dropped off a little bit, which is disappointing. I mean, in past years, it's kind of nice when you look at the results, and then you might see. I use Torrens Valley for an example. The last few years, and you sort of think, that might be a bit of an easier win, but it is a bit disappointing now seeing more and more teams sort of drop off, due to the size of the towns that we live in. But then you see Torrens Valley on the weekend gave us a run till 3/4 time, so they're obviously improving, and hopefully continue.
Bogey side for you, Jack, over the last, because they actually beat you last year, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
In fact, at one stage last year, the two losses you had were the two bottom sides, Kersbrook and Torrens Valley.
Yeah, they were. Thanks for bringing it up. No. But I mean, any side can sort of beat any side on their day. Kersbrook play well against us, and we've had years where we played well against them. Just doesn't actually matter where we are on the ladder. But just because of that rivalry. But Torrens Valley on the weekend, they had some good players. They were good.
2019, you beat Kersbrook, and then last year you beat Meadows. Same ground. What are your memories from both of those grand finals? What stands out for you? Any particular moment or whatnot or something that really captures those days?
the actual games are a bit of a blur. I mean, I remember we kicked a few late in the grand final against Kersbrook and me and Digger were down in the deep in the goal square, and we sort of just looked at each other and thought, all right, now we've won it, and we probably had 4 minutes where we could enjoy it. But they're a bit of a blur. For
last
sure.
year you wouldn't have had much time to
last year was
prepare.
not enjoyable at all. I actually thought we were going to win the whole game, and then in the last quarter, Brady Dorr got on top of us massively, and they just pegged a few back, and luckily the game didn't go a few minutes longer.
On the Huddle here, Huddle Reform with Jack Parker, the captain of Gumeracha Footy Club, has joined us, and we're moving towards, as we do, have tips, so we'll get your expert opinion on that, Jack. Pardon me. But before we do, we just got a little personal Q&A here, mate, so if we take you through it. So, now, who is the team pest and possibly deserving of an open clearance from Gumeracha?
Team pest. We got to recruit this year, Ben Biaggi. He just is just chirp. I don't think I'd want to play against him, and even sometimes at training, you just want to say, "Shut up." But no, he's great value. He's another real good get that we got this year. Just fit straight away. We're probably all a bit pesty, to be honest. Yeah.
What about hypothetically? Say I had to do the road trips, go down and play Kangarilla and places down the south there. So if you had to stay overnight, who would you hate to be your roommate in a touring party? Someone that's really messy or just disorganised, or it's all right. No one's
sure.
watching.
That's a tricky one, actually. I'm not sure who I'd want to. Maybe probably I don't know how I'd go with Remy Deto. He's pretty hyperactive.
Yeah.
Jumping on the beds and stuff, I reckon.
Okay. So on the side of that, who's the pretty boy who hogs the beer in the Gumeracha Football Club?
The pretty boy. Oh, Digger reckons he goes alright. He's normally got a pretty nice cut beard. We got a few. There's a few that Michael Walters. He can't go out without the haircut. There's a couple.
Especially when they know to call to the wild cameras coming through, they get the extra done. So extra work. Now, in a penalty shootout, who would you trust to kick the winning goal?
In soccer or football?
No, I'm saying in a penalty shootout situation in footy. So if it was or a shot after the side, if you want to use it.
Mitchell Trepker or Sam Hanna.
Okay. Now, who has the longest pockets in the club? Hard to draw the cash out when it's their buy for a round of beers or whatever.
Scruff Hanna. You can't get a beer out of him. And I think that it's definitely dwindled down to the boys as well. I know there's been plenty of times I've been at the bar and Digger will go, and another one to the bar tender, and I'll pay for it then.
Is that the role of a co-captain?
Yes.
Yeah, apparently. Yeah.
Actually, how does that actually work? Do you alternate who's going to toss the coin each week, or you both go to the centre circle? Or?
We never used to both go. I just used to let Digger go, but this year he said, "No, come over, we'll both go do it." I think a lot of the other clubs, both of them will go over there as well.
Oh, well, as a co-captain, he might buy you a beer from now on.
Yeah.
Hey, now, has Master Curator Ian Carpenter ever presented a subpar deck to you guys?
Nah. It's always pristine.
It is, isn't it? He gets out there with the scissors.
Definitely takes some pride in that.
Now, we're talking about the Premiership wins, 2019 and then last year. Which one was the best as a personal view?
Personally, probably last year's was. Mm-hmm. I think, I'm not sure why, but last year's personally was probably better and more enjoyable. But the first year we won it for the whole club, it was...
Because it was such a drought.
It's 35 years. You see, blokes that I've seen them every week at the club since I was 4 or 5 years old, bawling their eyes out.
Carpy had Carpy, because he was in the last Premiership side, wasn't he?
Yes.
Had the lace up on it. He was loving it.
Yeah, and to see blokes like Carpy bawling his eyes out when he's done everything around the club since for as long as I remember. And you've made them proud. It's a good feeling.
You had a nice little video on the Gumeracha Football Club page during the week with all the guys and their different
Yeah,
Yeah.
nice
different
tribute to you.
tributes. So what were your thoughts on that? Yeah,
Oh,
happy with that?
that was pretty funny. That was Jack Page who played. He played in
Yes.
our first grand final.
Yeah.
He's probably the funniest. Yeah, one of the funniest, if not the funniest person I know. He's just very witty. He sent me that video on the first video Saturday morning before the game, and then I heard a few rumours that he'd been asking everyone to send in a video, and it's pretty funny.
Now, what can Sam Hanna do that Ben Hanna can't, besides buy you a beer?
He can take a hanger a bit better than Dick.
Righto. What can Jack Parker do better than Harry Parker?
Where do I start?
Oh, there we go. That's enough. Sensational. Oh.
Nah, what can I do? I don't know. But I think I could probably take a hanger a bit better than Harry as well.
Yeah. Hey, look, it must be great, as you said, the community feeling, also the family feeling, because you have the Hannas, the Reddens, the Parkers, the Trepkers. It's just a great, band of brothers out there at the Magpies Nest, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, we had 5 brothers on the weekend. We got
Wow.
the young brothers Cooper Robertson and Charlie Robertson come through as well.
Yeah.
So you got 10 blokes that are related. 5 sets of brothers in
So,
one team.
how was it for you when you got, obviously, Harry's younger, when you got to play when he came up, got to play the first A-grade game with you? Did you take him under your wing and being the old experienced brother? And...
Yeah, it's unreal. You probably know. We probably knew growing up that we were always going to play some footy together at Gum.
Yeah.
But you don't realise how much you appreciate stuff like that until you're actually doing it. And then like winning 2 flags together now.
Yeah.
You sort of pinch yourself from. Dad always said to me that he'd rather, like, he's happy that me and Harry won 2 together and he never played in one.
Yeah.
While he was at Gum, and it's obviously a pretty good feeling.
Harry was a bit greedy in 2019. He got the 2 medals in one
Senior
day.
colts as well.
Yeah. Yeah, he had a pretty good year that year. I think he won the medal that year as well in the 17s.
Yeah,
So
fantastic.
he's always going to have that over me.
Tips time.
All right, we might get into tips as we do with our guests each week. So we'll start off as we do, because country division. So Macclesfield hosting Kangaroo. Of course, Mackie getting on the board last week for their first win. Of course, Kangaroo getting over the top of Birdwood, who were pretty competitive. So down at Bloods Park, how do you see this going?
I think Macclesfield might get up there. I think they're a bit better than what I thought they were going to be.
Rob?
Mackie.
Jacko?
No idea. Say Mackie.
Mackie.
Mackie at home.
They won.
Yes?
Yeah,
they
they
won
did.
last week against Kershaw.
I just Hines obviously is a key. I think Kangaroo maybe.
Okay.
Little
Well,
bit
that's
too
good. I'll go Mackie. They almost beat, well, not beat
Yeah.
most, but they were right in at 3/4 time, so I'll go Mackie.
All right, the Call of the Wild game, and we're looking forward to this, venturing out to the Velodrome. Benny, the Birdwood Roosters hosting Kersbrook, and you won't comment on this, but a lot of teams must be happy to see Kersbrook win at the moment. No offence,
It's all
boys, we
right,
love
mate.
you.
Yeah, it is nice to see because they definitely beat up on us for a few years. That'll be a pretty tough game, I think. I think Kersbrook beat us with their tools, but Birdwood have a few good tall defenders. So at home, probably Birdwood.
Yeah, I think Birdwood at home.
It's good enough for Rob.
Yeah.
It's good enough for me.
Jeez.
It's going to be wet though, isn't it?
Yeah, got to make a decision on
Oh,
Wednesday.
Kersbrook,
You
yeah.
don't know what Kersbrook
McMahon might be playing.
Yeah, look, it's a big day for Birdwood. They got a big premiership reunion 50 years ago. I just think they're in good form, Birdwood. So I just think Kersbrook just lacking a little bit at this stage.
Well done to Brad Pearce and Matt
Yeah.
Gardner for their
Yeah,
milestones. I'll go Birdwood.
Yeah, well, I hope we don't put the knockers, but we'll go for the Roosters. And we won't get you to tip this, but we'll ask you why you're going to retain your unbeaten record against last year's grand finalist opponent, Meadows, down at Meadows.
Yeah, it's gonna be a big game. I think it'll feel like a final. I think we got too many blokes in our team that don't want to lose this. I think getting that first win of the grand final rematch is I think it'll be a pretty big thing to go towards winning the flag again. obviously it's at Meadows and they play really well there. But yeah, I think if we play well, we'll give them a red hot crack.
Meadows.
Yep.
Go Gumeracha, I think. And our guest will be
One word
best on ground.
Yeah, I
again.
think,
Oh, here we go.
I think Gumeracha.
Alright.
It'll be a good game, 1 to 10, Gumeracha.
Alright, because Jack's here, Gumeracha. Alright, one word answers because Brendan's in the house.
All right, Division 1, Mount Barker taking on the Chunga at the Summit. I know you follow Div 1 football pretty closely, Jack.
Who was that?
Mount Barker.
Mount Barker at Chunga.
Barker.
Okay,
Rob.
Jacko.
Yeah, Barker.
Nodded off.
Mount Barker for me.
Yeah, Barker. Blackwood hosting Lobe, and Lobe, once again, a team that's not travelling too well at the
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah, Blackwood.
I saw Blackwood last week.
Loberthal will turn the
One
lights
word.
back on, I reckon. Yeah, there you
Black. What's that?
go. Loberthal will switch the lights back on.
Alright.
Ah, right, the Valley of Praise lights up again.
But
Yeah, if they're ever going to win, they're going to win this week. So I might go for Lobe.
Alright, I'll go Blackwood.
Mount Lofty, another home game for the Devils, hosting Uradla Districts.
Big one.
You're Adler.
I'm going to go Lofty again. I predicted that they have a good year. So yeah,
Co-worker at work
Lofty,
will
mate.
shoot me if I don't go Uradler. So
Oh,
I'll
no.
go Uradler.
Devils pretty good last week.
I'll
home game.
go Lofty.
I'll go Lofty.
Yeah.
Hahndorf versus Ironbank, Bridgewater, Cherry Gardens, Malang.
I think Hahndorf might come covered.
Might.
I reckon you're going to see a record.
Is this going to be your 30 goal game?
Yeah, this is a 30-goal game.
Oh, one,
That's
yeah.
ridiculous.
Hahndorf all round.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Hahndorf. And Onka Valley taking on Nan Bremet. This is a big
This is a
game.
big game.
Yeah, huge.
Where is it?
That's at Balhanna.
Onkers.
This will tell us where Nan are. I'll go Nan.
This will be a draw.
A draw.
Draw.
Okay.
Okay. Second play and third. Onkers, as I said, I've been quite on.
Yeah.
I think Onkers.
I'll go Wonkers as well.
All right, there we have it. That'd be all the winners. I don't think so, but anyway, we do our best.
We do our best.
All right, Jack, thank you very much for coming in, mate.
Thanks,
And,
Jack.
Thanks very much.
all the
Thanks
best
for
for
having
the
me.
rest of the season,
Cheers,
mate.
boys.
And, well, maybe at the end of the year we'll see you up there holding the cup. Were you up there holding the cup last year?
Nah, I wasn't. Nah.
No?
Gave Digger his time to shine.
Ah,
This will
well,
be,
this
This
year.
year,
this will
hopefully.
be
Yeah.
your third one by the age of 25.
I hope so.
Eh?
I
How
really
good
hope
is
so.
that? That's good.
The
I've got to-
Tasmanian
got to
team will be
first.
calling soon.
Eh?
Watch out.
Thanks, Jack.
Cheers. Appreciate it.
Fantastic. All right, coming up very shortly is Brendan just after 7, so don't go anywhere. Looking forward, looking back. In the meantime, we'll speak to you on Saturday at about 2 o'clock, all going well.
Yeah, looking forward to that. As I said, out the Velodrome Burwood taking on Kersbrook. So, yeah, tune in and watch a good game of footy. And also tune in next Wednesday for another good edition of the Huddle Reform. So, until we talk to you then, keep chasing your goals. Bye for now. Is it, there's a problem, mate, bloody, just a major club legend being having his own electrical business. And you're,
Yeah, I know.
opposition with it.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a few questions here.
Oh, there we go.
Cheers. Appreciate it.
Elijah Jong, is it?
Yeah.
Says, fangirl moment. Dylan Gilbert says, hubba hubba. What else we got here? Gee whiz, there's quite a few. Jacob Hendrick says, well, fuck yeah. Where did Jack get the nickname Horse from? Ethan Lynch.
Here we go.
Okay.
Okay, now we're starting to find out. Now let's start. When he pulled out that bloody questionnaire, I'm thinking, where's he going with this?
Blacker says, impressive young man. Gee whiz, you've got quite a
Watch it
few.
about Barker.
Okay, I'm just trying to get through them all. Ben Biaggi, rumour has it Harry is a better fighter than Jack. Cam Redden said hello. There you go.
Fantastic.
Good on you. Thanks again, Jack.
Easy
Good on you,
enough.
Jack.
Thanks, everyone.